exercise. In the kingdom, no compromise. Change the culture when it's time to ride. 120 high, I love my life. Banging on bars like Tookie Williams. Down for the set, so I'm about to kill it. I want $1 million so I can give it. Reaping 100-fold, ain't no ceiling. Up in the building, I got a section. We in the club like infection. They don't believe in Jesus, won't test them. Living life how they won't, can't bless them. I'm investing, got faith, no stretching. Back in my bag, pushing the bag. Louis V swag, I got it from dad. We own the world, the million my Merle. Dripping with flavor like a Jerry Curl. He keep it score, we in the fourth. Playing for the win, ain't no forfeit. Versus the balls, that's my pulpit. 48 balls, that's the whole clip. Spotify grace, I got 5 skips. Michael score, don't tell the truth. Get what I want, faith on deck. Preaching the gospel, I'm in the press. Shorty's the mess, trying to get them to invest. I keep these scriptures deep inside my chest. Speaking the word, I get results. Got a lot of seed inside the vault. We planting, we water, we water. We out here changing the culture. We planting, we water, we water. We out here changing the culture. We planting, we water, we water. We out here changing the culture. We planting, we planting, we planting. We water, we water, we water. Man, I got my mind right. Now I'm rolling with the Christ. Authority get exercise. In the kingdom, no compromise. Change the culture when it's time to ride. 120 high, love my life. Banging on bars like Tookie Williams. Down for the set, so I'm about to kill it.
Hit at the brothers tonight with my brothers tonight. Hoping they coming to Christ. Got a lot of flaws, probably gonna be drinking, but I'm just loving them right. A lot of people asking why I'm with them. They say that we nothing alike. Take a pic and put that on the book. I know they got something to take. Don't let your good be evil spoken of. That's what they gon' say. Everybody gon' offer me drinks. I'ma say no way. In a place where they do.
Mommy boy, turn up.
Moving forward, any weather with no poncho. Speeding on the regular. Why they move like robos? You move on up, then you back around like a ocho. No fear up in the darkness, and we looking like a light show. Turbo, turbo, going. Turbo, turbo, turbo. We speeding. Turbo, 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 going. Turbo, turbo, turbo. We speeding. Turbo.
Speed it up, no backing up. I see the line and I'ma finish up. Got the bars and no lockup. Spirit pump me up, that's a talk up. Ooh, yeah, get in the booth. What? Ooh, yeah, Spirit do what he do. Okay. They say, who are you? I'm just a vessel, get heaven to you. I gotta get it like I gotta go. To get up high, I had to start low. Getting progressive like I'm with the flow. All this heat on me, but I am still cold. Waving no MP3. Ooh, credits to God, not me. Okay. Speeding like Maserati. Safe with no degree. Gave up all my dreams, now I rock supreme. In love with the Nazarene, yes, I've been redeemed. God said, child, you're a queen, ain't no in between. We going turbo on the scene, Greta gasoline.
Moving forward, any weather with no poncho. Speeding on the regular. Why they move like robos? You move on up, then you back around like a ocho. No fear up in the darkness, and we looking like a light show. Turbo, turbo, going. Turbo, turbo, turbo. We speeding. Turbo, 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 going. Turbo, turbo, turbo. We speeding. Turbo.
I move in the spirit at warp speed. It's none of me and all of him. The anointing dripping all over me. Sharing the gospel with those in need. I read them scriptures. We supposed to mirror Jesus, healing the sick and working miracles. But we so focused on being spiritual. I'm done with complacency. I'm turning up. I wanna be who he made me to be. I wanna do what he put me in for. Working dominion like a figure four. When I'm on the court, I'm a stretch for. If you need prayer, come and holler, yeah. Ain't gotta live like solitaire. He gave me free will. I volunteer. I'm in his will. I keep it a bug, spin like a band, and that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm revving it up, word in my cup, and that's what's up. That's what's Save the spray for the way back, cause I got turbo in my jetpack. I'm running this race, no backslide. I'm in it for the long haul, faith talk.
Moving forward, any weather with no poncho. Speeding on the regular. Why they move like robos? You move on up, then you back around like a ocho. No fear up in the darkness, and we looking like a light show. Turbo, turbo, going. Turbo, turbo, turbo. We speeding. Turbo, 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 going. Turbo, turbo, turbo. We speeding. Turbo.
KS Nation, cruising with KS supporters and family members, friends, and everybody in between. Welcome to the show. What's good, everybody? You know it's your man KS from the KS Radio Show, as well as the Godson Listening Party and Cruising with KS for all the car enthusiasts out there. First and foremost, man, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful, faith-filled, very successful Saturday. It's been a pleasure for to announce that I've been active on YouTube for over a year. So I'm thankful and grateful for all the support from people that buy T-shirts, from people that watch videos, subscribe to the channel, and even comment as well. So anyway, welcome to the show, you guys. You guys know that my boy Jesse has a he's my guest tonight. He has a modified yellow Infiniti Q60, and we're going to talk about him. We're going to talk with him tonight, and he's going to share his journey with us, maybe what he has coming up in the upcoming months. I know that he's also in a couple of car enthusiast groups, so they have different events that they put on every year or quarterly or every weekend or however it works. So we're going to talk about a lot tonight. So if you guys have any questions for Jesse, do me a favor and type them in the chat. And while you're getting your questions ready for Jesse, if you can tag at least 5 people to let them know that Cruising with KS is live tonight, I would greatly appreciate it. And anyway, let's go ahead and get Jesse in the queue on the show. And I'm really honored because this is my third interview. So I started in July, and I actually did a cash giveaway in August with Ohio Car Spotters. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to his brand new vehicle, being I think it's a white Mustang. He mentioned the color on the show. I can't remember what it is now. But hopefully you guys could check out his interview later on. But let's go ahead and get Jesse in the queue on the show on Cruising with KS. And yeah, it's gonna be a great interview, you guys. So hopefully you guys are rocking out with me. What's going on, Jesse? What's going on, man?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm great. So, how was your Saturday? And let us know how everything went down for the day.
Busy. I work 9 to 5 today. I do hair. On my actual when I'm working, but when I'm not doing hair, I'm typically taking care of my father's company, and that's a construction company. And then he's got like a 60-acre scrap yard that I've been having to clean up. So fun stuff.
Got you. So you made it home just in time for the interview.
Yes.
So I appreciate you and your commitment. I appreciate you for saying yes. But for those who don't know, for those who don't know you inside the car community and outside the car community, let us know, a little bit of your testimony. How were you raised, and what got you into cars?
Well, my dad, as long as I could remember, raced sprint cars, dragsters, boats, everything. He got me into go-karts and then four-wheelers, and then after four-wheelers, it started, I was 6 years old, and I had a Honda Civic station wagon that was carbureted. It was an 86, I think. And that was before Hondas were cool. I used to drive that thing all over the place. We had 66 acres, and I was able to just go ham anywhere I want to. So four-wheelers, go-karts, anything that could go fast, I was on it. We had this hill that was like a straight down slope. I'd book it down through there. I can't even tell you how many times I wiped out coming down to the bottom of that hill. But I know that there's been a couple dirt bikes that have been sacrificed in the name of speed. But yeah, I mean, I've always grown up around racing. Dad's always been big in classic cars, and we have a pretty substantial little collection kicked up. We have a Model T. We got a 55 Bel Air, 56 Bel Air. The 55 is custom. The 56 is more stock. We got a 56 Buick Special. We got a 66 Chevelle with a 502 engine swap in it. We got some old Chevy pickup trucks. We have all kinds of just random motorcycles. I have a 280ZX turbo in mint condition. I have a 1990 300ZX non-turbo, a 91 300ZX twin turbo that's heavily modified. I got the Q. I had an Audi A4S line, but I quit driving that thing and tried to kill me. That and I had a heating coil go out in it. I put about 3,500 into the engine, new timing chains, new thermostats, new everything, water pump, new fans, new everything. If anybody wants the car, it's for sale for $800. I have not been able to drive it. It has a heating coil issue, and after I put about $4,000 into the engine, I kind of said "F it," kind of let it go, and I went and bought me a Subaru. Subaru lasted me a good year and a half on a blown engine, and I had no idea it was already blown before I bought it. So the fact it lasted over a year of heavy driving on it from Dayton to Florence on a daily basis, 90 miles or so each way almost, that I wound up having when the engine finally did go, it went in grand fashion. They quoted me like 12 grand to fix it. I was like, not on a car that I spent 4,500 on. So I basically went and bought a Subaru Crosstrek, took a 3 to 4 year hiatus, and then got back into it when I got my Infiniti again. So I've been back at putzing around with it, and then once this is paid off, I'm going ham on my 300ZX, and then I'm going to start working on carbon fibering out my entire 280.
Now I know carbon fiber, from what I can see, or at least how people hype it up, is that it's top quality, and of course you pay top dollar for it. So how much would it cost you to carbon fiber out your car?
For the Infiniti or the 280?
The 280.
Thankfully, the 280 is a lot more forgiving, and there's a lot more of a market for the 280 that's been going than it is on the Infiniti. The Infiniti, you can't find a part that's under $500 almost. Even the little eBay things are like $200 a pop. Most of the stuff is over $1,200 per part on that car. Now the 280, you're looking anywhere between $500 and $800 on an average body part. But when you start getting into the big things like the fenders, the quarter panels, stuff like that, things actually have to be cut off and put on properly, then you're starting to look at a little bit more money. But you can completely carbon out a 280. And that's why I'm kind of, all my friends call me the carbon king, because I can't stop buying it.
That's amazing. So I want to know, like, what made you get the Infiniti that you have now, and what made you customize the yellow?
Honestly, I've been a Z boy for a long time. I started into Mustangs. From Mustangs, I wound up getting my first Z, and then I spent all my money on it since. And then it just got to the point that I just started collecting other Zs. Fell in love with it, and then I started thinking, well, I keep hearing that Infiniti has the car that has the engine that they're putting in the new Z. I want to go test drive it. So during COVID, I was bored, had nothing else to do. So we're in lockdown.
Yeah.
I decided to go and test drive a car. I test drove it down to the Florence and back. Spanked a Civic Type R, like it was sitting still. And on my way back, I was sitting there and I wasn't thinking anything of it. And then as soon as I got home, everyone was like, "How was the car?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "Did you like the car?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." I was like, "It was fine." And I'm like, they're like, "Well, what did you think of it?" And I was like, "I honestly don't remember. I just know it was, I liked the engine. The engine was peppy and it was quick. And I think that in a lighter version like the Z, it's going to be a monster." And then everyone's like, "So you didn't even think about what the interior looked like?" And I'm like, "No." And the last time I did that, I sat in my Z and I just drove it around a parking lot and I fell in love with it instantly. Never even thought about the look in the back seat to even see if it even had back seats. But I got in it and I fell in love with it and I bought it on the spot. And then I went back the next day and I'll be damned if I didn't buy my Infiniti. I had the intent during COVID. They still haven't released how the Z was going to look. So I had talked to my partner at the time, and we were sitting there, and it both kind of came to the conclusion that my car looked way better than the new Z was going to look. So I decided, I was like, well, maybe I'm going to start modifying it, and I'll keep the car. Worst case scenario, I'll buy stuff that I can put onto the Z, like engine parts, whatnots. And as time went on, the more and more I just keep looking at the car, I just kept liking it more and more. And I started thinking, I got all-wheel drive. I can drive it in the snow. And honestly, the snow mode on my Infiniti is better than any Subaru I've owned.
Wow.
It won't even slip a tire even if I try. Once it's in snow mode, it's grab and go. I've taken my dad on a couple little treks in the snow, and he's like, "There's no way a car is doing this," and I'm just like putzing right up hills and stuff. um, but yeah, that I'm doing like 50, 60 down the expressway when it's snowing. I mean, the car won't slip, and it's a heavy car too, so it's very planted. Granted, I've been taking off a lot of weight between the carbon and just shedding off the wheels and the tires, and those run flats are abysmal in that car. But once you get all that off, the handling starts opening up, and you start feeling how it's a very comfortable car, and I love it as a daily. I used to daily my 300, but then it was costing me like $40 a day in gas, and I was like, I can't keep driving from Dayton to Kentucky in this car. So, needless to say, I wound up just sticking with the whole JDM bit and kind of digging that for a little bit. And I don't know, I probably will wind up getting a Z at some point, but the new ones haven't grown on me enough, and I don't think that they're worth the price point they're at, because we were all promised they were supposed to be like $40,000 cars at the base level, and we've been seeing $60,000-$70,000 totals on cars that don't even compare to the options that were on my Infiniti. A lot of Infinitis cap out at around the 60 to 65,000 mark on the Red Sports, which is their 400 horsepower engine one. You can get the stock 300 horsepower Qs that are anywhere between like 20 and 30,000, decently, going. And I wound up getting mine for like $40,000 used. I only had 17,000 miles on it. One owner. The garage kept most of the time. Guy lived out in California. He put an exhaust on it. He put the sports exhaust on it. It wasn't nothing fancy. It was just an axle back and tinted the windows. And then that exhaust literally rusted off. When I was in Gatlinburg, it slammed enough last year. So, needless to say, I wound up going a little ham after my car got sideswiped when I was at work one day. After that, it started everything, because I was like, oh, well, they're giving me X amount of money per rim. I was like, well, for the money they're giving me for the rims, I can buy the set of rims and tires I want and upgrade my brakes. And then next thing I know, it's like, oh, well, they're giving you X amount for this body part right here. Well, let me replace that with carbon fiber. Then I'll have a little bit of money left over, and I can do side skirts too. And next thing you know, I'm like $20,000 deep in the modifications on the car. And I've decided the car is not going anywhere. It's permanently attached. It's going to stay until it rots.
That's awesome. Now I'm glad that you got I'm glad that you started your journey early. You were telling me backstage about what you did last night. We see a bunch of I don't know if you guys can see it or notice it, but there are some Hot Wheels behind him. And if you can, just for a second, if you can show us, your wall, your collection, collection, and walk us through it.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're kind of all over the place, so actually probably be helpful if I turn on the light too, since it's starting to get dark. Okay, over here you have all your Matchbox, which don't have many of those. This part of the wall right here is all the stuff that people have gotten me as gifts, presents, random things I found that I thought was funny, or Batman stuff, which, always cool. Over here, because I'm a geek, Star Wars stuff. And you have my entire R2-D2 and BB-8 collections. I collect swords. I literally have them everywhere you look. Here's a part of the Fast and Furious collection, which I had completely forgotten about, hanging up the tidbits that are over here when I was in the mix of cleaning everything last night. But I started off putting everything up here, starting with the A's and going down all the brands and the makes, keeping some gaps in between on these things I've been collecting. I had started off doing this wall and then just this wall right here, all Hot Wheels, and I started running out of space. So I expanded. And in the process, I wound up putting a lot of my actual die cast here. But in here, I have everything on this wall is Nissan related or Infiniti related of some way, shape, or form. You got your haulers, and then you got your actual, like your specials, like you got some JDM stuff came from Japan. You got little Q60s, which are impossible to find unless you actually hunt down for some. But in here, I have all kinds of Z's and Skylines and Sylvias. You name it, I got it. Got big signs. You got over here, you got your little Datsuns. And then, of course, most Z owners, every time we buy Hot Wheels, if you see a Z, it's an obligation for you to buy every single one you buy. So that's where these come in. These are all the ones I have multiples of, and it literally goes down like the entire wall. So people like me are the reason why people like you can't find Nissan 300. That and I have a bunch of Go Fast parts right here waiting to get put on the queue. I haven't had a chance to put them on yet. High pressure fuel pump, low pressure fuel pumps. I got flex fuel kit, oil catch can, rear diff bushings. Forgetting some stuff. But anyways, between that and I got to get the carbon intakes and stuff like that. And once that gets said and done, then off the tune, and hopefully come January, February, I'll be pushing around 600.
Gotcha. Well, bro, we've talked long enough. Let's get into some music tonight because we all know that you have been putting in the work from the different cars that you've owned to organizing your wall by different collections, by Diecast, by Nissan, by Z's, and so forth. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this 8 Easy, the Work 6 video. We'll be right back with more Cruising with KS with my bro Jesse, who owns a yellow Carbon Q60. I mean, he doesn't own a yellow Carbon Q60. His social media information is at Carbon Q60. He owns the Infiniti Q60. And you guys, we're going to be right back. You guys see his Venmo information in the description of the show in case you guys want to support. Car parts are not cheap. And even if they are, he still needs help. Amen. So let's go ahead and get into some music. Do me a favor and follow him on all social media platforms. The links are in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and they're in the caption if you're watching on Facebook. You guys, it's Cruising with KS. Let's go ahead and get into this video by my bros, 8 Easy, Salt of the Earth, Deacon Dash, and a bunch of other people from the Cincinnati, Ohio area. Man, let's turn up, man. This is the Work 6. Let's get it. Let's go.
I am the blade of justice.
Anthony Edwards.
Overtime, I put in that overtime. Work. 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 All I do is work every day, all day. Work. Grinding for my fam, bro, I need a payday. Work. My faith super straight, bro, I'll never sway. Work. I put in that work, I did it that long way.
Making moves in silence, guala be grinding. Yeah. Faith in my marriage, I only got one wife and haters don't like it. Hopped out my grave, back like I'm Lazarus. Got worked out my pain, thought I lost but I gained. Out of the storm like I'm Joe, spreading these rhymes, dealing hoes. See, cause the double can't kill me. Reclaim my time like I'm Maxine. I make it move so precisely. Strapped with the word like I'm Osteen. Hustle and flow like Taraji. I'm always on time cause I'm early.
It ain't easy, bro, I'm first ballot. I'm the greatest, bro, they no challenge. No new friends, yeah, I'm the one out here grinding. DJ Khaled, my brother's keeper, that's no malice. It's tool time on my Tim Allen. I stay with late nights, Jimmy Fallon. I'm sauced up, but I ain't Italian. I play the game like Madden, seasoned Patriots in 07. A street rat like Aladdin, I put in work. Now my fam's in the palace on the level. Get off my pallet, silly rabbit, you boss like Alice. I'm Goku, going Super Saiyan, while the rest of y'all stay dragon. Yeah. Overtime, I put in that overtime work. 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 All I do is work every day, all day. Work, grinding for my fam, bro. I need a payday. Work, my faith super straight, bro. I'll never sway. Work, I put in that work. I get it that long way.
Yeah, you know I punch in the clock. Teamster, I gotta eat. Got that hunger like no lunch in the box. My stomach's in knots. So don't muzzle the ox, I'm treading in the jungle with lions like Barry Sanders running, and I don't wanna fumble the rock. So I'm humble, cause pride is like a stumbling block. Don't wanna be someone I'm not, cause that is not funny. Like Carrot Top, and being the stand-up guy doesn't always come with the props, doesn't always come with the perks, but we work for a wonderful God.
Yeah, man, I pray for a balance, yeah, so that your boy won't get shook. Ayy, cause all I do is work, like Rihanna on a hook. Work ethic out the hook. Ayy, cooking these boys and hooks. Ayy, South Bay stay on a mission, trying to get them all out of Hell's Kitchen. And on such a page, man, I stay pitching, pumping product all in they system. But I don't trap like I used to trap, man, I do this thing way different. Shout out to my plug, he the realest. Used to focus on just staying busy. Now I'm all about the kingdom business, going extra on my G3, I be getting.
Yeah. Overtime, I put in that overtime work. 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 All I do is work every day, all day. Work, grinding for my fam, bro. I need a payday. Work, my faith super straight, bro. I'll never sway. Work, I put in that work. I get it that long way.
Man, I go so hard, state of mind. Can't follow my trail, my soul ain't for sale. All over the place is landmines. Won't settle for less. I grew up off them government checks, so the money made me gritty. And the people that was needy, I was selfish. God cleared up the mess. Oh, certified, some know. Ever since I signed with the honcho, look, I party hard with the surface people. You on the water with Nemo. Word 6 beat, I'm wildin' on it. I'm like a Maybach, I'm styling on it. For the ones who stay they street. Put it in, dry, roll them tires on it.
Ain't even let me in, so I'll probably crack they head like a devil leg. Distribution, no devil leg. If it rain, I tell them to let heaven in. Come from that spot with the block hot. Same niggas just to crank up the block lock. Boy for me with the Pyrex. My life is a movie, boy, IMAX. It's only cause of Jesus, boy, I flex. It's only cause of Jesus, boy, I'm next. It's only cause of Jesus, boy, I'm blessed. K-grade AE, boy, timeless.
9 to 5 ain't good enough. I'm working overtime. I stay on the clock. I'm on no sleeping. I'm wide awake. I stay on the go. I gotta catch them all. They say the sky's the limit, but my father right up above it. 24 hours of working. I stay on my grind. All I know is the hustle. I'm covered by that blood when I put in work. All I know is God since the day of birth. Holy Spirit got me fired up. Holy Spirit got me fired up.
All right, y'all, man, I'm back. First and foremost, shout out to A-Easy for that video. Shot it over 5 years ago. Shout out to him for allowing me to be a part of that video. We saw that the homie Salt of the Earth was in the video as well. I want to give a big shout out to Salt because literally last night about 10:30, he dropped off this brand new shirt. I'm not sure if you guys could read it or not, but it says, "Don't be a hypocrite." And we all know, like in the Bible, it says, how can you, what does the scripture say? Basically along the lines, like take the stake out of your own eyes before you tell someone else how they should get right with God and so forth and so forth. So anyway, this is a brand new shirt and I love it. And he didn't even know I was going to wear it today, but they made it to Pennsylvania because they have an event tonight. So I'm glad that they made it to Pennsylvania. Salt of the Earth. Emac the Great was with him last night. Courtney Adrian, I think Vajay is going as well as Christ Jr. So the whole One Body movement, they went out to PA to glorify the Lord in everything that they're doing with their music. Hopefully, somebody somewhere is going live so we can see it later on. But tap in with Salt. This was, I believe, the big logo, which is the one that's in the middle, is $25, and then he has the one with the pocket logo for $20. I actually want a hoodie, but he didn't have a hoodie, so I might have to go to Walmart to buy me a hoodie so he can put this design on the hoodie for me, maybe for a discounted price. I don't know. But anyway, if you guys like this shirt design, definitely tap in with my bro, Salt of the Earth, aka Matthew Postel, and he'll get you right. All right, the best $25 I ever spent. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that the work video 6. I got a brand new exclusive video that I was telling Jesse backstage from the Wyoming car show, which was on August 26th, I believe, which was the last Saturday in the month. And I went live on Instagram to explain what happened with the video, with the videos and the pictures in one video. It was like an hour video, and I edited it through Canva, and when I premiered it, it didn't work out. So I had to remove the video from my YouTube channel to edit it all over again. And this is some of the clips that I got. Anyway, this video that I'm going to show next premieres on September 23rd, I think so. So this is a brand new video that nobody has seen. This is my first time premiering it on the show. So in case you guys love cars and have not made it to the Wyoming car show, this is my second year going, and it definitely didn't disappoint. So let me go ahead and get to this video, and then we're going to bring Jesse right back, and he's going to share his goals with us. Maybe the next modification that he's going to do on his Q60, and what it means to be a car enthusiast, and more. But if you have questions for Jesse, type them in the chat. I'm going to put them on the screen so he can answer them. And again, tap in with Jesse on all social media platforms at carbon_Q60. And I promise you guys he'll follow you back. And he's a real genuine guy, as you guys have already witnessed within these past 20 minutes into this interview. But without any further ado, let's get to this exclusive video premiere. I use Axel Boy in the clip. So I hope you guys enjoy the song as well as enjoy the pictures. All right, let's get it. Let's go. Shout out to all the organizers and people that made the Wyoming Exotic Car Wheels event a success this year. I'm looking forward to coming back each and every year. Amen. Let's get it. Let's go. Check it out.
Strictly lessons. We the church, not the building, the body in your section. When you weak, now you strong, now you can finally step in. Man of God, warrior, now talking Stephen. And seeing what most don't, I'm paranoid. I recommend that you just surrender, can't bear the void. From poverty to royalty, get upgraded. Chasing the American dream, just leave you frustrated. Fake it till you make it was acceptable. Until the real thing run up on you, now vegetable. And all on doorposts, got demons hip. You got a chip on your shoulder, now gotta bring it to the later in this walk, you find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Enemies will drown, leaving nobody. Do you call upon his name, leaving nobody? Later in this walk, you find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Enemies will drown, leaving nobody. Do you call upon his name, leaving nobody? I'm staying charged, my spirit man get fed daily. The heart is desperately wicked, it always seemed to fail me. From being town to Notre Dame, I stay the same. Chose to be a man for my wife and kids like Damon Wayans. And now I'm quarter soul safe who overcame. Convinced, picking up nothing else like shoulder pain. We taking off like airlines when leaving Logan. We Christ-like, so it's Christ-like, that be the slogan. Highway to heaven, you fear God cause your sins judged. Our fear more like respectful reverence. Altar call looking like a stick up, slip up. Betrayal will hurt your chest like a hiccup. A bag ain't the mission. No, there's not one good in this world. 50 like that rag in your kitchen. That's why we decrease so we can increase. We see peace, we 10 toes, don't need please. Later in this walk, you'll find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Your enemies will drown, leaving nobody. Those who call upon his name, leaving nobody. Later in this walk, you'll find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Your enemies will drown, leaving nobody. Those who call upon his name, leaving nobody. Forget the keys to the city, we got into the kingdom. My enemy got some help, I boldly tell him bring him. Used to eat stress by sipping on serum. Now I'm looking to Zion, but not like Brandon Ingram. Got some disappointed, cause they traps don't work. Redeeming time, I write my raps at work. Speaking life into the atmosphere. Get gone, fall and collapse. Put me on that map last year. Always taught to be a bigger person. Easy said than done. But for example, God bled his son. From round the way, what you said get spun. Never let the left know what you right, do it said and done. Step up in the office, let's discuss the plan. Get introduced to a man who wasn't just a man. Bold enough to start revivals up in your lobby. My Glorilla, no Glorilla with your body. Later in this walk, you'll find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Your enemies will drown, leaving nobody. Those who call upon his name, leaving nobody. Later in this walk, you'll find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Your enemies will drown, leaving nobody.
All right, y'all. Now, y'all saw it first. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. And before the McLaren fanboys jump on my case, I already know that I misspelled McLaren with a lowercase L instead of a capital L. Okay, so forgive me for that. And anyway, hopefully, you guys enjoyed that video. My guest tonight is Jesse, who owns a yellow Infiniti Q60. He goes by Carbon_Q60 on social media. So definitely tap the links. Wrong banner. Tap the links, you guys, in the description of the show to follow him. And in case you guys want to come alongside him to donate to him as a car enthusiast or just want to turn to good ground, his Venmo information is there as well. Venmo.com/Jesse Skinner. Jesse, man, what you think about that video, though? Did I do a good job? Oh, hold on. You're muted. My bad.
With that spelling mistake, but I mean, elsewise, I mean, I guess we can overlook that one petty little deal.
Yeah. Jesse, do you remember how we met?
I want to say it was at Newport Hooters.
No, it wasn't. It was at Eastgate. 2021. It was at one of their night events. And
well, they were all night events.
Yeah, they're all night events. It wasn't
that was when the Qs started rolling together.
Yeah, because it was yours was yellow, and then it was a white one that had the underglow underneath it.
That would be Joe. He's Pearly Q50.
And then there was a silver one, I think.
I was the silver one.
So yeah,
I was silver before I went yellow.
Yeah, but I saw yours was yellow.
And then then you probably saw me either rolling with a black Q60 or 2 or 3 black Q50s.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like 4 or 5 Q60s, and yours stuck out to me because it was yellow. So I want to say I asked you if I can get a picture, and it went from there. How we became Facebook friends, don't ask me because it's been too long ago. But here you are tonight on Cruising with KS. What made you say yes to this interview tonight?
You wouldn't stop hounding me. I'm joking. Sorry, had to. That was just way too easy. No, I'm always about helping other people in the community try to grow and do stuff, and just if it helps their brand, then great. If not, then they tried, they shot their shot, and some of my followers help out. They great. If not, great. We tried.
Absolutely. Like once something is on the internet, you don't know who's going to watch it later on. Somebody might stumble across it and be encouraged about, from you sharing your story and so forth. So I'm glad that you said yes about being.
Worst case scenario, it ends up on footfinder.com.
So Jesse, I gotta know. Of course, we all have for everybody that's a bike enthusiast or a car enthusiast, we have that dream car of ours or that dream garage of ours that we want plenty of cars in. For you, what would be or what is your dream car?
It changes on the day, to be real. I love my Z. My Z32 was the car I've reached for years, and I got two of them now, and I don't even drive them. But it was just the car itself was just raw when you were in it. There's no power. Like the power steering was there, but like you could feel everything. Now everything is so drive by wire, you feel nothing. So no. That's why I can't stand these electric cars because like every time I got in one and just drove it, it just feels like, oh, okay. It's like I'm just it's kind of boring. Kind of takes the fun out of it. Especially when it drives for you. That what's the point of going for drives? I'm a son of a trucker. I mean, you put me in behind the wheel. Like I don't want to be sitting there back seat the entire time. That and quite frankly, I'm the kind of person too that I kind of feel like I can judge the road pretty well because I've been around racing my entire life and everything else. So I've kind of always, I don't know, the autonomous driving. My Subaru has it somewhat, but like even still, sometimes I'm like, "Ooh, you get a little close to that car." I'm like, "Ooh, back up." But I don't know. I'd say ultimately, if it wasn't my Z, if I had to go with something completely that I don't own, it would probably be a GT3 RS. I would love to get my hands on a GT3 touring. Actually, I priced one out, and it is within reason. Could be possibly have gotten sometime, but I think I'm gonna probably wind up with a Jag F Type R, just because they sound beautiful. I just want one just to put an exhaust on it, just to call it a day. Yes, yes, yes. Before everyone jumps me on this one, I know they're crap. I know that they're horrible on maintenance. I know they're horrible on keeping maintained, and I know they never stay running. I understand it's just for the sound and strictly the sound. I'm gonna go out and start it up, rev it up a few times, and then wait until it blows, and then swap it in on insurance later. Um, it's like an alpha, you don't get considered a car enthusiast unless you own an alpha at some point. So I'm working on getting one of those too. I'd love to get my hands on a Julia. But I want a quadrifolio. So, but I don't want to have to deal with the maintenance that comes with it. So until they actually become a little bit more reliable, I'm kind of like,
Got you. What is your definition of success?
not being stressed out about what tomorrow brings.
The reason why I asked it is because a lot of people they they see your car and they think that you have this money or whatever, and everybody has different definitions of success. Just like everybody has different.
Oh, I mean, I work and I save up just like everybody else. I mean, I'm just, I'm not like everybody else. I don't go out to the bar, so I don't spend $5 a beer when I go out, and plus $10 to walk into a bar when you can walk into the gas station and buy a 12-pack for $15. But then at the same time, I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke 2 packs a day. In fact, when I quit, this is going to age me pretty bad. I remember when it was about to be $1.50 a pack, and I was getting upset because they raised it over $1.25. They went from $1.07 to $1.25 overnight, and then within 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, they were like, "Oh, it's going to be like $1.50," and I was like, "No," because I had totaled it up. I was saving $3,000 back then, not smoking, and now cigarettes are like $8 a pack. Sorry. But my sister had me get her a pack of Marlboros, and I was like, $7.80. What? I'm like, there's people in New York paying like $14, and that is so funny. As soon as I mentioned my sister, she texts me. That's brother sister mentality for you. We're that close that she's texting me as soon as I mention her. That's hilarious. But yeah. That made me forget what I was saying with that.
Shout out to your sister, man. Shout out to your sister.
Yep, she's Flower Bomb Brittany. She's doing modeling and she's doing amazing work on her end. She's got thousands of followers. It's ridiculous. She got put in a couple magazines and now she's exploding. She's like got I think a couple 100,000 followers now.
Sheesh.
Um, yeah, she's getting up there. She's in like 7 or 8 different major French magazines now, and like I'm talking not just like 1 or 2 page. I'm talking like she's the first and last page of the magazine. So she's got me super impressed as her brother. I tell her all the time I'm like one of her biggest fans. I try to support her in every way I can, but she's grown up pretty hard, and I've had a pretty hard life, so I just try to bestow upon her some stuff to just kind of help her out because she's got 2 beautiful kids that are like my world. If something happened to them, I wouldn't know what to do. Those 3 people are the most important people in my life. Um, but yeah, so I always try to just be a good brother and a good uncle. So
Absolutely. Yeah, I have an older sister who is 11 years older than me, and because just like the flyer that I made, I do graphics for Cruising with KS as well as KS Radio Show, and not everyone has the funds to go out and find a professional graphic designer to make their logo or make a flyer. So
I
I knew.
made most of my graphics. I made all the ones for the Cincy Qs. I mean, I had one of my buddies. He actually took his phone and actually hand stenciled out some outlines for me, and I go through and I clean them up on the computer, and then we get them printed out. Speaking of which, that reminds me, I need to contact one of our members, Heather, in our group. She is going to be printing off a bunch of them. I got to get her some paper so we can start getting things printed.
Got you. So I support my sister by making her graphics, and
Mm-hmm.
she just crossed over a year as a business owner. Shout out to All Things Essential Oils and More LLC, where you guys can buy natural and holistic products. We don't always have to run to CVS or listen to what the doctor says or stuff like that because they're saying it to get a check at the end of the day. But God put things on the earth to benefit us. We don't always have to run to medicine if He has given us natural products from the earth to have the same benefits. So my sister is a certified essential oils coach, and she's an expert at what she does. And now she has her own business. You guys could check out the website in the description. And I want to say she has candles now that she's selling. So definitely tap in with her if you guys are interested in that manner. But yeah, as family members, we have to support our sisters, our brothers. So shout out to you for supporting your sister, even though she's into a different lane, a different field, which is modeling. It's not car stuff, but you've been.
Oh, I mean, her full time job is insurance. The modeling is something she does on the side.
Oh, okay, so that even better. You're doing something on the side and got a little over 100,000 followers, then you're doing a good job. So shout out to your sister. Shout out to your sister. Jesse, for those who are looking to be, um, starting a business or just chase their passion, what's some advice or some encouragement that you can give the listeners on tonight?
Don't take no for an answer.
Mm.
Always. If there was a song I listened to earlier today, and surprisingly, it was a Nickelback song. What was it? Against the grain should be a way of life. If it's worth the price, it's worth the fight. Was a thing in the verse of it, and I've heard that verse 100 times before, but for some reason today it resonated with me. Now, and I think it was because you mentioned what would be good advice, and I heard that, and for some reason I just couldn't stop getting that one out of my head. Yeah, she's had 147,000 followers. I just had to look.
Oh my gosh, 147,000.
Yeah, there she is. Flower Bomb Zero. That's Brittany. You're gonna see her with some people from the Denton Schoolhouse.
Wow,
That's her go-to, and this one's hilarious. Just finger right up her nose.
too funny. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. But
He
yeah,
is obsessed with Halloween, so I always, for Christmas, I always wind up getting her, or her birthday, I always wind up getting her a huge like Halloween animatronic, kind of like this dude, but he's not animatronic. He's a model with a scary mask. I stick him in a window just so he makes people shit their pants when they walk by. It's funny.
That's awesome, bro, man. That's awesome. Thank you for that encouragement. You told me that backstage that you were a part of, a few car clubs and a few, car enthusiast clubs and groups. So like, what do you guys have any like upcoming events? I know October is around the corner, so I know there's going to be like some truck.
Yeah, you're coming up on a lot of season end stuff. Right now, let me think. Twisted Torque, they're down in Carrollton. My buddy Brandon Hicks, he actually is one of the guys who he started that group. It's actually to the point now that where the city is allowing him to actually host actual legitimate car shows and give away awards. So major props to him for slaying that. Because he just sent me a text. He said, "Hey buddy, do you think you can get a couple cars to come down here just one day?" And I was like, "I'll see what I can do." And me and like maybe two other cars went just rolling down there one day. And next thing I know, he's having full on car shows and meets. And so he's after like 2 years, he's had some trials and tribulations between wrecking a vehicle and breaking his leg, but it's not slowed him down a single bit. That and what else is there? The Modified Collective, where every time movie theaters come out with cars, they always wind up having us at the RJ cinemas. That, and we do some other stuff and benefits and stuff like that. We wound up doing there's a place up in can't think of the name of it. It's a big logistical place. They're taking over the world pretty much. Even my niece works there, Brittany, and I can't think of the name of the place that she works at. But anyways, they had a pretty good car show, and it was basically a support the back the blue type situation. So we kind of helped with that. And then the Modified Collective is ran by Dale White. He's the one who's got Clean SVX, I think is his Insta. But he is our merry little ringleader of what we is crazy, and he puts up with all of us somehow, some way. He makes it work, and he makes it work flawlessly. So you'll see a lot of us at groups and meets and stuff like that. We kind of all huddle together because we're so used to seeing each other at car meets, and we're so used to being accepted as groups and stuff like that. Outcast, pretty good group of people. They have to go driving around a lot. And it's actually the people that you actually want to kind of hang and just cruise with. They got all different kinds of cars: Mustangs, Fieros, Pontiacs. Like they got all kinds of neat stuff in their group. Eastgate Cruisers. There's some people that are pretty close to me. There's people there. They were the ones who started the Eastgate groups. And then we kind of became a staple in that group. Every time that we would show up, we'd show up like 5 to 7 Infinitis, just all parking in a line. We actually started getting to the point we started making our own little spaces, and then everyone started kidnapping them from us. We would like those back, by the way, if we're allowed to do this. Trunk or Treat is around the corner. It's going to be on October 28th, and I don't remember exactly what time it starts, but if you're on the Bring Back Eastgate page, it should all be listed there. Trying to think. The Infiniti Qs, or Cincy Qs. That's the group that I started, and got a nice little following of members in it. And we got there's probably about 10, 15 of us that are actually very active in the group, that we all come out to different meets and scatter around town. A lot of us go on trips. We'll just meet up and just goof off and hit up Waffle House, or just, go karting one day. So they're actually really good. We're kind of more like a really good clique instead of just a car club now, but we all talk cars and shop when we're together. But we have to make fun of each other more. That's way more important than the car shop talk.
Sure. Sure.
we gotta knock on our Ultimas. But then what else is there? We secured an area down in Florence, that Boone Distillery, that we were going to start hosting some stuff. And then I had every intent to every Wednesday or every Thursday, we were going to have like a little 2-hour little meet down there for people who were 21 and over, because I know the owners out at Boone County Distillery, and they were going to allow us to come out and have like little mini meets, like 10 to 15 cars, and then like drum in some business for them on the weekends, plus start, cycling out the cars, so then that way people could get to learn the distilleries there. And Then I had the issues with my family, and my dad wound up getting into a major accident. So after he lost his arm, I kind of had to step up to the plate, and I kind of had to back down from the car group. But the Infiniti guys and girls have been a major stellar help on my psyche because they constantly check on me. They stop by my work. Some of them get their hair cut by me. Joe just swung by and saw me the other day, and like, I see Heather and stuff like that on occasions, and like they always want to bump out, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're going to be there," so I'm showing up. So I mean, it's great to have a nice set of friends you can actually rely on. I have a lot of my lifelong friends, like that you can like literally. I was thinking about this earlier today. My friend Chris, his stepfather is my chiropractor, and I haven't got to see him in forever, and I've been dying to see him because he's the only person who's been able to fix my back without surgery. Um, but like they're the kind of people I could walk into their house tonight and not seen them in a year or 2 years, and then I can start raiding their fridge, and they're going to be more upset with the fact that I haven't contacted them in a couple months versus the fact I'm eating them blind. um, but they're good people. They're like the extended family that I wish my family could have kind of adapted around because they're always super nice, super helpful, like great people. I mean, my friend Chris's mom, I've called her mom for a decade now. She's just the sweetest lady ever. But it's nice, and that's kind of why I've always loved the Kentucky side of the river versus the Ohio. People down here, we just kind of click. It's kind of hard to describe. I love the fact that you can go outside, venture into some place you've never been. It's small enough that everybody knows you, but you can turn a corner and disappear just like that. And it's nice. But then there's times where, like, I'm driving around and people recognize me because of the car. They're like, "Oh my God, I seen you at a meet," or "Hey, you used to cut my hair," or something of the sort. So it's like I get around a little bit. So it's nice to kind of, have that steady group of people that are like constantly the ones checking in and just making sure everything's all right, and just making sure that, my head's where it needs to be, because I with so much going on, just everyone's always like, "Oh, you're handling this so well." And I'm like, I'm just doing what I can. Like, just get up and just go through the day. When my dad gets better and he's on his own again and he's actually running his own things again, then I can back off and kind of have a life again. So my friends are very eager for me to get back out and actually start hanging out and cruising. We were driving 2 to 3 times a week, just all over Rabbit Hash. We go around Ohio, hit up 75, just go for drives down to Crittenden and back, something random. I haven't really been able to get the chance to do that, so I kind of feel bad, and I kind of like I dropped the stick on that. But they've been beyond forgiving and understanding and supportive. So I mean, it kind of hurts my heart because I kind of don't get to be with my friends as much as I want to. But the fact that I know that they're there, it blows me away.
Amen. Kind of like I didn't. Again, I'm the only one in my circle of friends that does radio. So
Wait, you mean not everyone does this?
no.
I mean, everyone likes to play as like their Instagram, and I'm a digital creator. It's like, oh, great, you and your what, like 200 people?
So
How long have you been working that? 5 years? Like,
So it's good that you have that connection with those other owners that you call friends now, because again, we all go through challenges, we all go through ups and downs in life, and it's good to have people that you can rely on to take your mind off the stress of life and stuff. So that's good that they come around outside of the car events, because that's when you know that they really rock with you, that they really like value your friendship, and they just want to ultimately just make sure that you're okay on top of dealing with everything that you're dealing with, and just be an encouragement for you. So I'm glad that the different owners, male and female, are there for you outside of the car community and outside of the car clubs and car shows that show.
yeah, I mean, people from across the club. It's not just my Infinity buddies. I mean, like the people from Modified Collective. We all became close throughout the last 2 years, and Outcast people are super nice. Eastgate people, they've gotten to know me over since Eastgate was going on. Then we got shut down thanks to those takeovers.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't buy a Dodge, kids. You'll take over something one day. Especially if you live in Dayton. Don't come down to Cincinnati. We don't like you right now. You guys got to shut down on multiple fronts.
Let's shut down on multiple fronts, bro.
Yeah, they shut down Eastgate, and then we kept warning Cincinnati. We kept telling UC Cars and Coffee, stop advertising, and then just next thing you know, the burnout started. And then just that's when I told you got some videos on there that are going to be prime suspect because like they have people doing those burnouts at that stop sign, and that Integra who almost went straight through the stop sign and almost hit a car. That started a small uproar between the car groups because everyone was like, look, there are people doing dangerous stuff. Like, you need to either control it or tell certain people to quit coming back.
Yeah.
They just decided to put it on blast. They were the largest group. They were the ones who, saving the car community when Eastgate was our nightly. I think they were saying at one point in time, I think Trunk or Treat had 2,000 cars. The last year we did it had over 2,000 cars show up, and on an average night was anywhere between 600 and 800 cars would show up just in and out throughout the night on an average Saturday. And Cars and Coffee has like maybe 100, 200 max.
Yeah.
Floating in and out in the couple hours that's there versus the 4 to 5 hours we were at Eastgate.
Yeah.
And we always did good. We didn't have a lot of issues. I mean, you had a lot of people playing their stereos and stuff, and the cops kind of would turn a blind eye to it. But like, we weren't doing dangerous stuff. And then that takeover came down. They said that they were going to get us, and they did. And we kept telling them, like, don't be advertising. And like right now, they're trying to find everyone who's advertising. And we tried warning them. And before the next Cars and Coffee, boom, they were shut down.
Yeah.
So we knew they were about to get hit. So I'm kind of glad to see that some of the Cars and Coffees have kind of reopened to things. I haven't really had a chance to get to do anything because I'm always at work on Saturdays because Fridays, Saturdays are your best days. And I'd rather make money instead of sit there and not.
Yeah. Got you. Well, Jesse, man, we got some more music. I appreciate you for, rocking out with me tonight. I got a couple more questions on top of, your social media information and some other questions that I got on hand. But I also have some brand new music that I want to play tonight. Salt of the Earth just dropped his Stepped In track, I want to say last weekend, if I'm not mistaken. And this is my first time playing it on the platform. So I'm excited to get your feedback, and hopefully you have enjoyed the music and the videos I've played thus far. Shout out to the chat. I appreciate everybody that's rocking out with me tonight on Cruising with KS. I'm looking forward to the more subscribers, the reviews, the feedback from my man Jesse and what he shared on tonight. For those who want to donate, you guys could do it through Venmo if you have Venmo at venmo.com/Jesse Skinner. His information is in the description of the show if you're watching on YouTube, and in the caption if you're watching on Facebook. Send him a friend request. Follow him at Carbon_Q60 on all social media platforms. And his Instagram link is in the description of the show. So definitely just tap the link. Give him a follow tonight. Let me go ahead and pull up this Salt of the Earth Stepped In video. This Stepped In MP3. And we'll be right back in the name of Jesus, man. This is brand new music by Salt of the Earth. Praying for traveling grace and mercy as you come back from Pennsylvania to Ohio. And this is Stepped In right here on Cruising with KS with Jesse, a.k.a. at Carbon_Q60. Let's get it. Let's go.
I was on a legend till he stepped in. Didn't know what to do until he stepped in. Didn't have new life until he stepped in. Now I'm repping because he stepped in. Stepped in. Stepped in. Stepped in. Now I'm stepping. killer. But the power of God is realer. Yeah, my God is a healer. I was running around with them killers. I was running around with them trappers. I was chasing them boys like Mario. I was spinning the block like Wario. I was going from party to party, blowing out and sipping Bacardi, turning up and I'm dipping with shawty. Later on, I'm dipping on shawty. I was going to church, but still doing dirt. Look, man, I was so religious. Man, I was living for God the way that I wanted to. Man, I so had it twisted. Up to the day that Jesus showed me the truth. Now I gotta make a decision. And no, it ain't been easy, but at the end of the day, I'm with it. I was on a legend till he stepped in. Didn't know what to do until he stepped in. Didn't have new life until he stepped in. Now I'm rapping because he stepped in. Stepped in. Stepped in. Stepped in. Now I'm stepping. Stepped in. Stepped in. Stepped in. Now I'm stepping. I'm in the bed, yeah. Follow the voice of the good. Put on Christ. Walk out the door. For God ain't nothing like being a stepper. I know I'm the salt, but inside is the pepper. On fire for the Lord who reigns forever. I promise you, let me change your life. Come out the darkness, come to the light. Everything I ready say, God just waiting on you to take the first break. Left, steps, yeah, then right, down, flex, yeah. I was on a legend till he stepped in. Didn't know what to do until he stepped in. Didn't have new life until he stepped in. Now I'm rapping because he stepped in. Stepped in. Stepped in. Stepped in. Now I'm stepping. Stepped in. Stepped in. Stepped in. Now I'm stepping.
All right, y'all, man. I'm sure y'all enjoyed that. So guess what? I got another brand new song specifically for you guys. That was Salt of the Earth with Stepped In. It is available on all digital platforms. I got another brand new one for y'all called Set Apart. And actually, you know what? I'm not even going to play Set Apart. I'm going to play this brand new Message music that came out last night. Okay? It dropped at midnight last night. This is Message music with Don't Try It featuring the homie Big Breeze and the homie Salt of the Earth, man. This is a one-of-a-kind song, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this Don't Try It track right here on Kruisin with KS with my bro, Jesse, a.k.a. at Carbon_Q60. You guys give him a follow on the gram right now. Let's get it. Let's go. Message music. Let's turn up.
Top of the mountain, I'm talking to God like I'm Moses. I got the crown on my head, I've been through a lot, I ain't folding. When you come up out of the mud and dirt, they say that you chose. Don't be mad, cause I ran away and got with the hoe. Drop top when I pull up in it. 5-star Harley, Mink loving it. Whole gang with me, they up in it. Please don't try. Drop top when I pull up in it. 5-star Harley, Mink loving it. Whole gang with me, they up in it. Please don't try.
I got a blick on my left, I got the word on my right. Whole squad deep, stay with a shooter like Curry. Put 30 rounds in that demon, I ain't no killer. Please don't push me, devil all in his feelings. Got him my witness, whole team winners. They don't wanna see us winning. Supercharger on the engine, I go super fast. 5-star drops out when I pull up to the church, be blessed. I'm on go, I'm on 10, I stay on the gas. Super fly, I stay at the top, got my rock. Feeling blessed, I got God in me. Holy Spirit fresh, we legit. I been verified, about to cut a check. Big stepper, I be in my lane. Please stay out my way, no disrespect. I stay to myself, I don't need no friends, no new friends. Yeah.
I'm at the top of the mountain, I'm talking to God like I'm Moses. I got the crown on my head, I've been through a lot, I ain't folding. When you come up out of the mud and dirt, they say that you chose. Don't be mad, cause I ran away and got with the hoe. Drop top when I pull up in it. 5-star Harley, Mink loving it. Whole gang with me, they up in it. Please don't try. Drop top when I pull up in it. 5-star Harley, Mink loving it. Whole gang with me, they up in it. Please don't try.
They know we on go. They get to the business. When trouble arise, you know that we working it out. Yeah, that feels a good fitness, but stay in the spirit. We moving that power for real. Until the day that we finish, not fighting for victory. Shout out, we already win. It's already real. We keep it lit for real. No cap that we out in the field. Giving them Jesus, casting like demons, seeing the sick get healed. People not come in the jet, so we hitting the street, making Christ it is. That's what we really about. Hey man, what you really about? If you mad about business, shut your mouth. All that negative stuff, we gon' shut it down. Think I made it on deck, we don't play around. They don't play around. Hey man, what you really about? If it ain't about business, shut your mouth. All that negative stuff, we gon' shut it down. Got them islands on deck, they don't play around. They don't play around, don't try.
Yeah, I'm at the top of the mountain, I'm talking to God like I'm Moses. I got the crown on my head, I've been through a lot, I ain't folding. When you come up out of the mud and dirt, they say that you chose. They'll be mad cause I ran away and got with the hoe. Drop top when I pull up in it. 5-star Harley, big love in it. Whole gang with me, they up in it. Please don't try, don't try. Drop top when I pull up in it. 5-star Harley, big love in it. Whole gang with me, they up in it. Please don't try, don't try. Yeah.
You want to sit inside and start the car up?
Is it loud?
It is loud. You want to start the car up? You'll sit up in the seat. And then you'll...
I read it.
Alright. Hold this brake in and then push that button if you can. Push the button. Yep, hold that brake in. Push that button. Now press the gas, grab it. This one. Not this one.
What do you say?
You want to stand behind it and hear it? It's louder if you go stand behind.
Come on, let's go stand behind it just a little. Back up just a little. What's going on, man? Yeah, I drove to the wrong location. Oh, shit. All right, y'all, man. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed that music as well as those videos. Shout out to Baby KS, man. He be doing his thing. I'm a little jealous of my own son because I don't even get to sit in the car and he get to. So anyway, shout out to my son Tristan, and I'm glad that he enjoys the videos. Hopefully, you guys do too. Jesse, man, is that Hennessy Venom F5 not the most aggressive thing you've heard in your life, or is it just me? 'Cause my God.
It's pretty good. The Hennessy anything is just always going to be an amazing sounding car. I would still love to get my hands on Jag Type R though. Those things sound beautiful.
Yeah, those things sound amazing. Actually, before I got to the house tonight, while at the light, before I saw the Rolls Royce, a Jag F Type had drove by the White Castle right there in Norwood, and boy, did they
There's a
sound.
white one. I see him every morning, and then half the time, like then I started. I thought it was the same car, but it's not. There's two of them. There's a guy who drives one, and he's got a little bit of an attitude to him. Like he always rolls up his window, never wants to wave. But there's a chick that drives one too, and hers actually sounds nicer. And she's always wait, hi, but she's always really cool. So I always get to hear her outside. I always get to see at least one of the white ones driving by. So.
That's amazing. Yeah, the one that drove by, it's like I don't think the light was green, so he made a right on red. Like he smashed it, bro. It sounded so good. I didn't even have my camera ready. By the time I had my camera ready, he was already down the street. So
Uh,
he was
the
on point.
the reason why I fell in love with it, there was a video. I think it was in Detroit or something. There was a car meet that was leaving. There was like an SVJ left, an Aventador left, like a McLaren, like 570 left, like Longtail, and then like a Porsche left. I don't know, like a vacuum sweeper, just like real quiet, really slow. There was a couple of Audis that pulled out. They were really quiet comparatively, and then all like you just see the Jag being like the poor man of the group, just like, and everyone's like. And I was like, yep, that would be me. Drove to a
That's
supercar rally with a Jag.
shout out to the Sea Boys, man. I appreciate you guys showing love tonight. Watching on YouTube, man. We appreciate the love and support. Got my man Jesse, aka at Carbon_Q60. You guys can find his information in the description of the show if you're watching on YouTube, and in the caption if you're watching on Facebook. We're going to be wrapping up here soon. But Jesse, before we get out of here, I know that you guys have some events coming up. What are and I know that I always see either I think it's the lady that drives the turquoise Skyline.
Heather.
Okay, Heather. I never knew her name. I do. She follows me on Instagram and everything, but I never knew her name. But I see her and you, like you guys feature each other's videos so often. So are you guys part of like the same car crew, car club, or whatever?
Yeah. She's part of Eastgate. She's a part of like the Eastgate Cruisers. She's a part of the Infinity group. Me and her kind of became really good friends over time. Like we like to harass people or harass each other all the time. She's good people. She's a great mother, a good friend. So yeah, she loves cars. She just recently got her hands on an older Civic hatch, and she's obsessed with it. A 1990 Civic hatch.
Wow. Shout out to Kyle Ryder. So just like you have your wall of Hot Wheels, he has his wall of Hot Wheels too. But he's an artist out of I think Springfield, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to him. So I got car enthusiasts inside of the car enthusiast community and in the radio Christian community. So I connect on both spectrums. So I definitely appreciate Kyle for rocking out with me tonight. You guys who are just now tapping in, this is my good friend Jesse. You guys could follow him at Carbon_Q60. If you saw the flyer, then you know how bright yellow his car is. Do you plan on changing the yellow to a different color?
I don't know. I was thinking about changing it out every 2 years, but everyone loves the yellow. And the only thing I really had an issue with is on the very, very back of the bumper, I used to get this smoke ring right between the exhaust. I put these carbon fiber canards on, and it kind of stopped it. So I kind of don't know. But I was going to do like a half and half. I was going to do like a tri-bore or something coming over the back half of the car and kind of tapering down the door. But now I kind of don't know. I think right now the next real aspect of things is going to be finishing getting carbon fiber fenders, drive shaft intakes, and then kind of doing the go fast bits for a minute, and then kind of sailing from there. I'm debating on if I want to replace my lip since it's been rock chipped up, but I might just peel everything off of it and just re-dip it. Because I do that front lip, and a lot of people are always like, "Oh my god, it looks so cool! You don't never see a Q with them." I'm like, "Well, it's because no one wants to spend more than $200 on the front lip," and I spent almost 5 times that. So it's I tell people all the time, like they're like always my lip cracks and stuff. I'm like, Well, if you buy an eBay lip, you expect what you get. I mean, hate to tell you. Like, they always want to complain, oh, my lip just shattered. I went 65 down the expressway. I mean, you have everybody in the Infiniti community telling you the three-piece lip was milk, and you bought it anyway. So here's a cookie, and here's a tear, or a little towel to wipe your tears. Mine, you can blatantly tell mine's been taking some damage. The rock chips are something fierce on mine. My car is daily driven, so if you do see rock chips and you have a problem with it, then keep the opinion to yourself. Elsewise, it's daily driven. Get over it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So yours is daily driven. Is everybody else's in the group that you are in? Do they daily drive their Infinities as well?
Most of us do. One of us, actually, he's been having some build issues with his lately. He's got a new engine and stuff that just came in. It's getting some work done to it. He's got the only really, well, actually, we got another one now. He's got the Iridium Blue, but he's pushing, once everything gets said and done, he should be close to 700 horses. So it's going to be interesting to see him on the streets. Because everyone thought I was fast, and he's already been pushing over 100 horses more than me in the last year. So there's other Qs that are out there that are twice as deadly than me. And then he's even going to be bigger time now. He's got new turbos, new intake manifold, and I don't know if you wanted me to say that one, but I saw it in the picture the other day, and I kind of pointed it out to him. I'm like, hey, he's like, I'm not telling you guys everything. And I'm like, clearly you're not. But so it's gonna be interesting to see his car coming back. We're hoping he gets it back for Gatlinburg so he can cruise down with us, but he might be driving the QX60 instead. It's a nice little loaner car.
That's what's up. Hey, as long as he's there, as long as you guys make it down there safe and sound, make it back safe and sound, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, they're Infinities. I mean, they're not, I mean, we can garage keep them as much as we want to, but what's the point? I mean, it's an Infinity. I mean, if it sits in the garage, it ain't going to accrue some massive amount of money.
Yeah.
So it's meant to have fun. So that's what we're doing.
Got you.
But we like to give each other crap too, because the 3.0s and the 3.7s and the same body styles. We got to give each other crap for having different engines. One's turboed, one's not.
Yeah. Jesse, are you enjoying yourself tonight on Cruising with KS, hanging out with me?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you have. Have you enjoyed the music as well?
Yes.
For sure. I'm looking forward to hopefully.
He said it's to die for.
I'm looking forward to hopefully having you back in 2024, because you guys know I got interviews booked until November. So the Lord is definitely moving on my behalf, and I'm just trying to be consistent with everything that I'm doing. I'm praying for your dad, and
Thank you.
Your strength to keep the family up to date, and keep the
Just pray for me a vacation. I need one. Gatlinburg is around the corner, and I can't wait. I'm taking a week off for it. I've already told family, do not call me.
For sure. So I'm looking forward to having you back. I love the Q60 since I first set eyes on it last year, and I still got pictures from last year's Eastgate event, and I don't plan on getting rid of them. My storage is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. The content is just going to get better and better and better. The guest is just going to keep getting better and better and better. If you guys have seen the flyer, then you guys know that he drives a yellow Infiniti Q60. You guys give me your feedback in the comment section what you guys think about the flyer and his Q60. Follow him on the gram at carbon_Q60. And for those who want to donate, you can do it through Venmo if you have Venmo, which is venmo.com / support him today. No matter how big or how small the donation is appreciated and is accepted. So we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight. I'm gonna let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, because I have heard that there is a female UFC pay-per-view tonight, and there's a title on the line. So I'm going to get out of here and look forward to having you guys having you back on the show. Maybe somebody in your crew later on. But I'm going to try my best to be up to date with everything that you got going on. And do me a favor, and once you get those flyers for the Trunk or Treat events, let me know so
They're already out. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you here in like 2 seconds, actually.
Okay, well, yeah, send it over. Send it over. I appreciate all the love and all the support in the car community. It's one thing to like be in radio for 5 years and people know you when you go to Kroger. Like, hey, don't you still got that radio show? So it's a whole nother different ball game when you go to car events less than a year and people say, hey, aren't you that father that always posts his son with the cars? Like, if that's how you identify me, have at it. Cool. I'm cool with that. So, anyway, to have people notice you at these events is,
I have more people notice me for my car than me.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
You're the guy with that yellow Infiniti, aren't you? Like, yeah. Is that the only way you know me?
That's what's up, man. So we're humbled and we're grateful for the support that you guys give us as well as give my man Jesse. Again, give him a follow on the gram. Shout out to Frederick Hallelujah for jumping in the chat. Shout out to my man Birdie. Shout out to Aaron Williams. Shout out to Giovanna. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Costellas, who is Jay Jarrett's wife. Shout out to Jamie, the poet. Brennan. Shout out to Gina. Shout out to Michelle Forster from Must Be Heard Radio. Appreciate all the love and support on tonight, you guys. Apparently, we didn't have any questions, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here early. Again, you guys hit the links to the Instagram for Jesse in the description. Give him a follow on tonight if you haven't already. Shout out to Salt of the Earth for sending me his brand new song early, and shout out to Message Music, whose song I played today. Shout out to Iceberg 517, whose video I played on tonight. I got a few more videos that I want to get off my hand. Shout out to Oxford F1. I have no idea who you are, but welcome to the channel. Welcome to the interview. I'm guessing you know who Oxford is.
Nolan.
Okay, well, shout out to Nolan. If you missed the interview, go back and watch the replay because I guarantee you it's going to be something for you to enjoy. Okay, so shout out to you, Jesse, for rocking out with me tonight. Did you have any last remarks for the listeners and viewers on tonight, or any encouragement you want to share with the audience?
Thanks for everyone's time. I hope you guys always have fun, drive safe, and try not to go too sideways and be dangerous about it. Elsewise, have your fun and get your giggles on, and hope you enjoy the ride.
For sure. And for the content creators out there, or just people who want to get who want to chase their dreams, my only advice to you is, just like Jesse said, don't accept no for an answer, and just be consistent. I don't care if it's painting. I don't care if it's editing videos. I don't care if it's making graphics. I don't care if it's designing clothes. Whatever that you are passionate about, just make sure that you are going to be consistent. Otherwise, what's the purpose? Okay.
Remember, if it's worth it, it's always worth the fight.
For sure. So I've been out of storage on my phone with my memory card.
That's why I had to buy a new phone.
Which is
mine completely crapped out. Like mine's like, oh yeah, like mine just straight up said like you're out of storage. Like we can't update the phone, and it was from that point on, it was just crap.
Wow. Well, yeah. So my phone is out of storage. So I just got my Temu package. My son has like 8 brand new outfits, and I got my flash drive. So I'm converting everything over now. So the Wyoming video will be out with the actual videos, not the pictures. The actual videos from the revs and the LFA videos and all that stuff will be out after I finish editing them. The Good Enough Garage event that I went to under the lights, I think that's what it was called last Friday. I will edit those videos. Of course, I will put out different pieces and shorts here and there. So do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the post notification. And for those who don't know, we have diecast cars. So I do toy reviews as well. And Jesse, I saw that you have the Fast and Furious collection. And check out what I have. So I have the actual, I think it's the same model that you have. And hopefully one day I can meet, what's his name? Sung Khan. What's his name?
Hans.
So hopefully I can have a chance to meet him one day. But I love the RX-7. And yeah, so we did a review on that. So anybody has any comments or feedback in the chat, type it and let us know how much you appreciate tonight's interview. Shout out to my bro, Pastor Gideon, aka Benjamin Gideon, for love and support on tonight. And again, you guys give Jesse a follow on the gram, and it's his name is at carbon underscore Q60. Just click the link in the description. It'll take you right to his profile, and all you have to do is hit follow. Okay, I made it very easy for you guys. Oxford F1 said, KS, you going to Gallenberg? Slammed enough.
Yeah,
Send me
him,
I will see
him, uh,
if I have the details.
him, Joe, and we're all. A lot of us are leaving on Thursday, but him and Devontae, I believe, are leaving on Friday. They're going to be down there in a cabin, the three of them together.
Okay.
So
Well,
we're gonna. He's a part of our Infiniti group, so he always winds up going to Gatlinburg with us.
for sure. I've heard Slammed Enough is the event to be at for the fall, and if it's in my schedule, I will be there.
I
Okay.
mean, they got several of them now. There was I went to Gatlinburg, and then there was Nashville, and then there was Columbus, which was the new one, and then now we're going back down to Gatlinburg again. So
That's
I'm hitting up all the local slam enough. I think next year I'm actually going to try to start being in them if I have time.
absolutely. Well, yeah, man, keep me up to date with all the car events that's going on for this fall season coming up before the end of the season. And if you guys know anybody who wants to come on camera to share their testimony, how they get involved with cars or bikes or photography or vlogging cars or whatever it is that they do, send me their names, and hopefully I can get them scheduled on the show. Shout out to Oxford One. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. Chris, I'm gonna butcher this last name, but I'm gonna try to say it. Fajardo. I probably butchered that. I'm sorry. But shout out to you, Chris. I'm guessing you know Chris, Jesse.
I'm trying to look and see if I can see it on a bigger screen because I think that's a Toyota Tacoma.
That's what it looks like.
I don't know. I know so many Chris's. It's a possibility.
Well, anyway, we
But
appreciate all the love and support on tonight, and I'm glad that you, Jesse, enjoyed tonight. Looking forward to having you back on. Keep me up to date with everything that you're doing with the Q60, and again, connect with him at carbon underscore Q60 on Instagram and social media. I think I put a Facebook profile link in the description as well. So if you only use Facebook, he's on Facebook as well. For those who want to tap in and donate to him, because
if you guys want to contact
in the
me and
description
actually
as
have,
well. So if you only use Facebook,
I said, oh, apparently I started clicking on buttons and things started popping up. Sorry, but I was like, why am I hearing what you just said? Anyways, but yeah, we'll keep in touch with a bunch of stuff that is going on, and kind of go on. Yeah, I know who Chris is. Uh, but yeah, the Sea Boys and my dogs are going downstairs are going nuts.
yeah, it's feeding
But
time.
right, well, it's walking time here in about 30 minutes. But they're down there playing. The pit bulls like to goof off and make all kinds of noise. Sweet animals though. But yeah, we'll get you some ideas on things that are going on. I know that right now the biggest thing that's planned right now is going to be trunk or treat,
Okay.
and it looked like it's supposed to be done on the 9th. It looks like now. I guess they moved up the date on that. Because I sent you a couple of links from I didn't know which page you were on, but it says it's official as of the 8th that the East Side Cruisers are going to be doing trunk or treat, and it looks like the event starts at 6:30. It'll be October 28th, starting at 6:30, and until everybody's done.
Okay.
So and that's actually my birthday. So if you come out and you see me in a big yellow car surrounded by a bunch of other queues, we always wind up handing out tons of candy, and we never leave because kids come up snagging candy like crazy. pedonculus. We had like $50 worth of candy, and then we wound up going without it. Then, like everyone else, thank God, people started pulling candy out of their cars. We made it work. But we know this year we definitely have to. I'm buying a couple big bags from Costco. I'm ready for it this year.
You know what? Speaking of trunk or treat, we it's always a plus to give back. So are you in the Infinity crew? Are you guys thinking about doing like toy drives in the future around Christmas, or like giving coats away or anything?
I mean, that's stuff that we can probably do later because, like I said, like we were just starting to do. We were wanting to actually get into actually having the at Boone County. We were wanting to have small meets for people and having adult
Yeah.
meets and just going out and having a good time and chilling and relaxing, and then kind of going from there. But yeah, I mean, we're at a point now to where we're starting to start making some club funds and stuff like that, so we can possibly just rent out one big cabin versus everyone getting individual hotels and stuff. Because I think right now we've decided, huh?
I say or an Airbnb.
Well, I mean, right now we're at a point to where it's kind of where Gatlinburg is becoming a ritual thing for us. So it's gonna be one of those things like we may need to start renting out one big cabin or like something of the sorts just to kind of make it work. And then it would actually be easier if we had group fun. So I think we're gonna start off small by like, starting with our stickers and stuff like that. People want to jump in, there's $5 or something, we'll put it all to like a bank account or something and eventually either grow it or start making more merchandise and kind of going from there. But right now, we're just kind of keeping everything between us, just so then that way we can kind of promote each other, grow each other, and make sure everyone's car is running. As much as we give each other shit, we still care about each other and each other's cars.
Absolutely. So you telling me right now there's carbon underscore Q60 merchandise? Is that what you're telling me?
No, not right now. Right now, only thing we really have is yeah, right now, the only thing we really have is stickers for the cars that we're starting to get pumped out. It just says in Cincy Qs or Cincy Vs or whatever. We kind of are making them to where, depending on the car, will be the outline cast. I actually have some of it's actually on my computer screen, and then for some reason my mouth is not wanting to work right. So it's having a mental moment on its own. I unplugged it, so it's not working right.
Takeover even.
When's the next takeover event? I have no idea. I'm not a part of that group, so I could not tell you.
There won't be no car events in Cincinnati, man. Hey man, takeovers, man. Y'all keep them away from Cincinnati. Away from Cincinnati, okay?
Yeah, we need to be allowed to start having our meets just in general. It'd be nice if we can actually start haunting back at Eastgate again. Because Planet Fitness was awesome, but
bro,
until things change.
How was the Tuesday event at Newport Hooters? How was that? Because I saw just a little bit of footage.
I showed up right after the Rev match. I showed up right after the Rev match, and I wound up getting one really good picture, or two really good pictures of where the cops showed up. And so we started backing the cars up and kind of getting them into the back by the bridge again after a bunch of people started going to Bum Spot, and Bum Spot was already shut down. People were being told, hey, get off the property, you're going to get a ticket. So we wound up having them, they were coming back to Newport, and then the cops shut everything down there. So I wound up leaving shortly after the cops showed up because I was hungry and everyone else was hungry. So a bunch of us went to Waffle House.
For sure. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening. Again, I'm about to get ready for this UFC female title match, and it's going down. Yeah, man, keep the takeovers away from Cincinnati. We want to be civilized over here. We want to bring the kids to all
we don't care if people rev. We don't care if you want to blare your stereo. Just be responsible about it right now. We're just trying to make sure we can get the car community rev back up again because it was so great. And then last Cars and Coffee was just an amazing turnout. 2,000 plus cars, not a single issue. Yeah. Not a single issue. Everyone was more than willing to let the kids rev up the cars, play the stereos. Like everyone was all excited to show their cars. We were excited to, have them be excited to be around the cars. And then it's just then you got a certain amount of people that just want to ruin it for everybody. But we're trying to do our best to make sure that everybody knows that our local cars are trying to do our best to kind of bring back the community and actually say, hey, we're doing memorials, we're doing, drives, we're actually doing like things like blow on the levee, just kind of help, bring lights to different things and stuff like that. So we're trying to make sure everyone knows that not everything turns into a takeover.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to the end of the year. I mean, the end of the season events in October and November and stuff, rallies, whatever it is that everybody's got going on, Edgewater, every if it has a car involved, I'm trying to be somewhere in the mix. Okay. Just
We get daily updates of different meets, so there's always stuff going on. You have Smoky Bones in Florence is always doing stuff. I think it's on Friday nights, and then like later on in the night they wind up having different car groups coming in. Midnight Mafia is the one who actually starts working with that. But the group that comes in afterwards is typically like your more classic cars, stuff like that. So they kind of alternate the types of cars, which is kind of cool. I think that there is Enlightened Cars and Coffee, which is like every second or third Sunday of the month. I can't remember. I got a picture of it on the fridge, but like they have everyone come out, get coffee, and sit and hang out and chat, and it's a good time. Then you can always take off and go to Rabbit Hash afterwards. It's always a great little cruise from there. But then Hooters, I think it's like Tuesday nights a lot of times if they don't shut it down.
Yeah.
But now I think a lot of people are scurrying and finding new locations and stuff like that since everything's getting jammed up and the cops are trying to shut it down as soon as we start finding out. But some cops are cool and they let us stay. Some cops, not so much. But they're doing their job, so we can't be mad at them for it. We just have to understand and try to comply the best we can, so then that way none of us get tickets and we don't have them hating on us when we go somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Again, my guest tonight is Jesse. My third interview, you guys, is in the books, and it is official, and we are done. God bless you, Jesse. God bless your family. And again, I'm praying for your dad. You guys, if you know the word of prayer, and if you are a praying person, then definitely lift up a prayer for Jesse's father and his family to just stay encouraged, stay strong. For those who want to donate, you guys could do it through Venmo, which is venmo.com/Jesse Skinner, which is also in the description. Just click the link. It'll take you right to his page, and you can donate however much you want to, because guess what? My man is trying to get car parts, and he's trying to modify, he's trying to upgrade.
I mean, that GT3 Touring isn't going to be cheap. I'll take keys to one. I mean, you don't have to give me just a check for it. I mean, I'm willing to take keys to one. I prefer blue or red.
Yeah.
Or the yellow one actually looks pretty spiffy too. Of course, I'm down for the yellow.
For sure. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Again, have a great weekend, you guys. And I'll see you guys hopefully in the next video. I'm going to end this interview with the Wyoming car show footage that will be premiering on my YouTube channel toward the end of the month. But you guys be blessed, and remember to keep Jesus at the center of everything you do, say, and think. And I love you guys. I support you guys. And, let's just keep the community strong. Let's continue to have these events. And, just keep the takeovers that way, okay? Because we want to be responsible, and we want to have fun. And, we want to enjoy the meets that we are allowed to go to. So much love, peace, good night, and God bless.
trials nowadays simply as strictly lessons. We the church, not the building, the body in your section. When you weak, now you strong, now you can finally step in. Man of God, warrior, now talking Stephen. And seeing what most don't, I'm paranoid. I recommend that you just surrender, can't bear the void. From poverty to royalty, get upgraded. Chasing the American dream, just leave you frustrated. Fake it till you make it was acceptable. Until the real thing run up on you, now vegetable. And all on doorposts, got demons hip. You got a chip on your shoulder, now gotta bring it dip. Later in this walk, you find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Enemies will drown, leaving nobody. When you call upon his name, leaving nobody. Later in this walk, you find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Enemies will drown, leaving nobody. When you call upon his name, leaving nobody. I'm staying charged, my spirit man get fed daily. The heart is desperately wicked, it always seem to fail me. From being town to Notre Dame, I stay the same. Chose to be a man for my wife and kids like Damon Wayans. And now I'm quarter soul saved who overcame. Convinced, picking up nothing else like shoulder pain. We taking off like airlines when leaving Logan. We Christ-like, so it's Christ-like, that be the slogan. Highway to heaven, you fear God cause your sins judged. Our fear more like respectful reverence. Altar call looking like a stick up, slip up. Betrayal will hurt your chest like a hiccup. A bag ain't the mission. No, there's not one good in this world. 50 like that rag in your kitchen. That's why we decrease so we can increase. We see peace, we 10 toes, don't need please. Later in this walk, you find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Enemies will drown, leaving nobody. When you call upon his name, leaving nobody. Later in this walk, you find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Enemies will drown, leaving nobody. When you call upon his name, leaving nobody. Forget the keys to the city, we got into the kingdom. My enemy got some help, I boldly tell him bring him. Used to eat stress by sipping on serum. Now I'm looking to Zion, but not like Brandon Ingram. Got some disappointed, cause they traps don't work. Redeeming time, I write my raps at work. Speaking life into the atmosphere. Get gone, fall and collapse. Put me on that map last year. Always taught to be a bigger person. Easy said than done. But for example, God bled his son. From round the way, what you said get spun. Never let the left know what you right, do it said than done. Step up in the office, let's discuss the plan. Get introduced to a man who wasn't just a man. Bold enough to start revivals up in your lobby. My Glorilla, no Glorilla with your God. Later in this walk, you find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Enemies will drown, leaving nobody. When you call upon his name, leaving nobody. Later in this walk, you find out there's nobody. You won't look around, but there's nobody. Enemies will drown, leaving nobody. When you call upon his name, leaving nobody.
D-Mark got that heel.
Fall down now, but I get back up again. Get back up, get back up, get back up again. I'ma win again and then win again. Not a flexer, but I'm extra. Apply the pressure. Fall down now, but I get back up again. Get back up, get back up, get back up again. I'ma win again and then win again. Not a flexer, but I'm extra. Apply the pressure. Battle ram in the bush, got the fam living kush with the doubt. Tell 'em I was down, need a push. I carry with the hook and carry with the looks. High move, got 'em shook. I'm just sticking to the book. 50 sister blicky, my hands never sticky. I got blessings on the way and they coming quick. And I'm praying for the ops on the plot against me. On my winter fresh, just get started, but I've been a threat. Fall down now, but I get back up again. Get back up, get back up, get back up again. I'ma win again and then win again. Not a flexer, but I'm extra. Apply the pressure. Fall down now, but I get back up again. Get back up, get back up, get back up again. I'ma win again and then win again. Not a flexer, but I'm extra. Apply the pressure. Yeah, they never thought that we would win. Look up at the scoreboard. Yeah, it's me again. We the army, it's on God, we on repeat again. I'd rather be a trend than repeat a trend. New whip, no mileage. New faith, no polish. Drip code, no stylist. Natural high, ain't no narcotics. Not a flex, but I'm extra. Apply the pressure. Fall down now, but I get back up again. Get back up, get back up, get back up again. I'ma win again and then win again. Not a flex, but I'm extra. Apply the pressure. Fall down now, but I get back up again. Get back up, get back up, get back up again. I'ma win again and then win again. Not a flex, but I'm extra. Apply the pressure. Get back up, get back up. Get back up, get back up.
Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with Baby KS, and today we have a reveal video that we are going to do. So Tristan, pop open that box. Show me what's inside. Can you open it? Like it's Christmas. Rip it open. There you go, use that strength. Rip it open.
Can't.
Yes, you can. Like it's Christmas, boy. Pull it. Is it open yet? Keep pulling. All right, y'all. So we got it open finally. Put that with the plastic. Okay, open it up. Look at your shirt. Did you look at it?
Yes.
What's on it?
You.
Are you supposed to do that with the shirt? Did you look at the front of it? I need you to look at the front of it. You're looking at the back of it. What do you think?
Good.
Good? Are you happy that you got a shirt now? Huh? Alright, you guys, if they want a shirt, what should they do, Tristan?
Subscribe to the channel on KS Radio Show.
On Cruising with KS.
When trouble's in the air, I don't hide out. I got God on my side and I'ma ride out. Went to war with my flesh and it died out. Had me trapped in the trap, but I climbed out. God's a whole vibe, watch me vibe out. With a praise in my mouth, let it slide out. Punishment for the op, in time out. In the name of the king, we gon' wild out. I never claim to be the realest, but the realer than most. Have a heart for God's people, cause I'm filled with his ghost. Heard his voice when I was lost, knew it was real when he spoke. That was a long time ago, when he still give me hope. Unlock the fire deep within, I can still feel the smoke. You see, I spit it with my heart and you gon' feel every note. Jesus died long ago, but still he the goat. Saying anything else, that's a slippery slope. Give sight to the blind man, he real with the scope. Enemy get out of line and he deal with the folk. He had you on his mind when your spirit is broke. He can cleanse your sin, I call it spiritual soap. Have a storm in your life, well, he's still in the boat. Told her when to chill and he was still when he spoke. People that are hurting, man, he healing them folk. He real with them folk, you far away, he near to them folk. Let's go. When trouble's in the air, I don't hide out. I got God on my side and I'ma ride out. Went to war with my flesh and it died out. Had me trapped in the trap, but I climbed out. God's a whole vibe, watch me vibe out. With a praise in my mouth, let it slide out. Punishment for the op, in time out. In the name of the king, we gon' wild out.
I be wildin', I'm so stylish to myself. I be vibing every time I touch down. I celebrate like the Niners, even though I'm so fly. Find a way to stay grounded. I just say how I feel and people like how it sounded. My father keep on blessing me. Thanks for my allowance. Hear me loud and clearly, people. I have an announcement. Only time I got dry was when I dropped out of college. Had to find another way to put some money in my wallet. Here I go. I'm under so much pressure. I be driving by myself like a 2020 Tesla. When I put these verses together, I be praying I don't mess up. I don't care who the best. I don't care who is next up. Cause it's me me. All I see. I'm like, hey, let me be. I'm blessed. Count it 1, 2, 3. I'm on my knees so I can be on TV, yeah.
When trouble's in the air, I don't hide out. I got God on my side and I'ma ride out. Went to war with my flesh and it died out. Had me trapped in the trap, but I climbed out. God's a whole vibe, watch me vibe out. With a praise in my mouth, let it slide out. Punishment for the op, he in time out. In the name of the king, we gon' wild
Say
out.
boom, wild out, Nick Cannon, raid the room. Oakland, Rich Gannon, Birdie said we wildin' out. I feel like MGK, we some underground kings, no UGK. That's NHI, it's not all about I. You know it's all about we, led by G.O.D. I'm just tryna leave an impact, living with the straight facts. Sick and tired of haters sticking to me like some thumbtack. Chopper, let's erase that, on the track let's race that. Truth, you gotta face that, God will help you pace that. Moving in my own speed, grinding with my own team. Focus like a laser beam, looking like a movie scene. Lights, camera, action, I'm all in. God gave me grace, I'm all in. Living in my truth, not my sin. Yeah, living in my truth, not my sin.
When trouble's in the air, I don't hide out. I got God on my side and I'ma ride out. Went to war with my flesh and it died out. Had me trapped in the trap, but I climbed out. God's a whole vibe, watch me vibe out. With a praise in my mouth, let it slide out. Punishment for the op, he in time out. In the name of the king, we gon' wild out.